Hey guys, happy first day of summer, heading to the gym right now, period. How are you? Question mark. How you doing, guys? Welcome in, everyone. Appreciate everyone popping in so far. We're heading to the gym right now. We got lower body day, and this is the last day of our second full week back to the gym. Because my schedule, don't know what that is. Because my schedule Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. I'll be using that same schedule next week as well. But instead of 10 a.m. Eastern, we're going to be going at 12 p.m. Eastern. That way I can work in the morning as well. And maybe the different time might just help get more people here too. But we'll see what happens. Anyway, how's everyone doing today? I see we got Deep Shika. We got Bud Files, Eric's here. Hey Vince, appreciate everyone popping in so far. Hope you guys are having a good day. Yeah, Lucy went to the park around 8, and she wasn't home yet, so she must be having a fun time, period. Anybody got special plans today on this super duper Saturday? For anyone that was here with last night's evening walk stream with Lucy, I was showing off my new delivery bag that I got. I only spent about 32 USD on it. It is smaller than the bag you guys have seen so far, but it can expand out to 17 inches, which is big enough to hold most pizzas. And it's 17 inches wide, 16 inches tall. So it's still a pretty decent sized bag. It's a lot lighter, and it can fold down quite a bit smaller, you know. Good stuff. But yeah, we're heading to the gym right now. We've got lower body today. So the exercise I'm working on with this mesocycle is deficit Romanian deadlifts. That's basically performing Romanian deadlifts with an even larger range of motion, where your starting position is lower to the ground. So while you're not going to be able to lift quite as much weight, you get more mechanical tension from the exercise because your hips are in a much more extended position at the bottom. Makes sense. And I'm going to bring this series back for at least another week, this upcoming week. You know, me going back to the gym and stuff. But I'll use that as I changed the name to Gains and Brains, and I renamed it that specifically because I figure if you guys hang around long enough, if this is your cup of tea anyway, then you could potentially gain some value, learn stuff while seeing me in action, moving weights, you know. But we'll see what happens. But I'll keep it going at least another week. And we're very close to monetization. We're less than 30 subs to go. Only a little over 300 watch hours to go. So we're almost there. Appreciate everyone that's been tuning in. Hope you guys don't up and leave yet. Because you figure when you get monetized, that's not the end goal, right? That's where the work really begins. So I'd love for people to keep hanging around, stay invested on the channel if they want, you know. I know some people, you know, people come and go, of course, and people don't always get to pop in the streams whenever they can, or if they don't want to, that's totally fine as well. I get that. But for anyone else, just know that when we do get monetized, that's not the end of it, right? That's where the real work begins. Because, you know, my end goal is to really keep growing the channel. But we'll see how things go. So we're almost to the gym now. Got to warm up my hamstrings a little bit before I get started with our session. My left one's a little tight, but nothing too bad. So I'll warm them up a little bit before I get started. But we're almost to the gym. But yeah, if anyone's got special plans today, let me know. And feel free to vote on the poll. What's your favorite among the 3 exercise choices I have on the list? The choices are bench press, squats, deadlifts. Feel free to pick your favorite among them. And you're more than welcome to explain why you picked the one that you picked. If I had to pick my favorite, it's a tough call because I think all 3 of them are really good, depending on the variation. I think they're all really good in their own right. Can you hurry up, please? Thanks. You know why you had to take so freaking long just to pass me? Oh well. And it's not necessarily just with a barbell, right? I know when people think bench press, it's automatically with barbell a lot of the time. And I get it. I mean, barbell bench press is a pretty badass exercise in my opinion. And it's the most stable position out of all 3. I mean, you figure you're lying on a bench, right? That's about as stable as it gets. Which is actually why, out of the 3 big lifts, bench press, squats, deadlifts, bench press actually has the highest record. And it's the only one of the 3 that has a record above 600 kilograms. It's also the lift out of the 3 where a power suit is the most beneficial. Because what the power suit does, it creates like a giant spring on your body. And it basically just launches the weight right off your chest. You can wear something similar with deadlifts and squats, but it's with diminishing returns, respectively. Like with squats, you can still get favorable leverage at the bottom with the stretch reflex with your hips. But with the deadlift, you don't really get that. Because with the deadlift, you have to use your posterior chain to get the weight off the ground. So it actually has the least amount of leverage, which is actually why the deadlift is the lowest record of the 3. It has the least amount of favorable leverage of the 3 main exercises. Now, keep in mind, leverage isn't everything, right? Am I saying that bench press is better than deadlift because of leverage? No. It's just looking at the mechanics of the exercise in relation to gravitational force. But I digress. All right. Well, we just made it to the gym, and we're going to head inside and do our thing. Appreciate everyone popping in so far. Don't be shy. Feel free to chit-chat. At least, you know, anything like that. Oh, hold on a second. Okay. This is the new delivery bag. It's this expandable pouch, so you can bring it outward. It expands it outward by a whole 6 inches, so gets up to 17 inches lengthwise. Even though lengthwise it's about 11, unzipped, so it's still pretty solid. Let's see. Okay, let's make sure the chat. I was keeping up with the chat. Hasn't really moved much. It's all good. Hey, what's up, JK? How you doing, buddy? Got to run right now. Stopping in to give a like. Hey, thanks for popping in, JK. Appreciate you being here. And hopefully you have a good day today, buddy. There we go. Set up on L tripod. Because we're becoming the next big gym influencer. We need to have a tripod, right? Kidding. Okay. So we got that. That's good to go. I'll put the bag behind here. Catch you later if you're still live tonight. Yeah, I'll probably be live tonight, assuming that weather permitting. We're supposed to be getting rain this afternoon, I think. I just hope it's not like yesterday where it just ran the whole freaking, All right, I'll show you guys where we're going. It's the back corner right there. I don't think that's the barbell I want to use. I got to see about the knurling on it. If it's got the soft teeth on the knurling, I'm going to swap it out for something a little more abrasive. Hey, Wolf. What's going on, dude? Yeah, I just came in. I'm going to be changing the time this upcoming week to 12 p.m. Eastern, so that'll be 6 p.m. your time for the upcoming week for when I come here and do my live streams next week. I'll see how long I want to keep up with the gym streams, but I'll definitely at least have it for this upcoming week as well. I changed the name to Gains and Brains. That way it's not creating the impression that you're just watching someone work out. Like you can actually gain value from being here with me, But we'll see. Hope you guys are enjoying it so far. Pop in here and there. No, that's fine, man. I get it. Yeah. I'm just going to get my weights. Got to warm up my hamstrings a little bit. A little tight, but I'll loosen them up a bit. And then we got Romanian deadlifts and walking lunges. So let's get it. Be right back. Okay, that's fine. I'll give you guys a better angle with this too. Just getting the weights on. Hey, Detroit. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Just don't forget to hit that like button while you're at it, if you have yet to do so. I'm gonna warm up. I'm gonna start warming up a little bit. I just got to warm up my hamstrings. That's pretty much it. They're a little tight. I'm also trying to pick a platform to use. There's a couple different ones here. So this one, it's already set. Let me see. Yep. Okay. Maybe it's not completely set. Okay. Something like that. I gotta see how high up in relation to the top of my foot this is. Okay. Maybe that's too high. No! Getting better at Swiss bar. Yeah, you're getting better. The number one thing, Ulf, is unless you're trying to go for paused reps, don't pause at all. In fact, as far as total volume and strength, I wouldn't even do pause reps. Usually, the only outright valid reason that I would recommend paused reps with bench press is if your explosiveness off your chest is lacking. You know? But I wouldn't just start randomly doing that unless you observe from your own motion if you're lacking explosiveness off the chest or not. I think this will work. Perfect. That'll work. Nice. All right, we got it. That's the right depth. That's what I was hoping for. You take short breaks. Well, it depends on the exercise. And you got to remember, there's a timer on the live stream. I pay attention to that. I take as much time as I need. If I don't need it, I don't take it. Plain and simple. If I don't need the rest time, I don't take the rest time. All right. Gonna do a little bit of body weight hyperextension to warm up. Just got to loosen up down there just a little bit. Can you load up to 250 kgs? Oh my God, dude. If you can do 250 kilograms with weighted hyperextensions, you're probably not human. You're like a goddamn gorilla. That's insane, dude. That is crazy. You must have like ape strength if you can do 250 kilogram hyperextensions. That's crazy. Is it possible? I guess it's theoretically possible, but I just don't know if mankind has achieved that kind of strength yet. You gotta remember too, man, like hyperextensions, you're not getting quite as much general bodily support with an exercise like that compared to a deadlift. So even though a deadlift has less favorable leverage because of gravitational forces, it's still actually a higher threshold exercise because you're getting more overall support from your body. Just gonna warm up with some regular deadlifts. Support from bodies. What is that? I don't know what that means. I don't think I want to know either. Hey Christy, how you doing? Good to see you. We just got lower body day today at the gym, and just gonna do our thing and take from there. Thanks for popping in. Just don't forget to hit that like button, the one that's shaped like a thumb. And we're less than 30 subs away from 1,000. YouTube is being very stubborn with me, though. It's like I gain 2 or 3 and they take 2 or 3 away. They've been doing that for about a week now. I also think I'm starting to get kind of forgotten, if I'm going to be honest, but hey, it's all good. Hey, Ellie, how you doing? Good to see you. Appreciate you popping in. We're going to start doing our working sets of deficit Romanian deadlifts. So, there's that. Hope you guys are having a good day today so far. I'm going to stretch my hamstrings just a little bit more before I get started. Try to get a decent angle so you guys can see what my torso looks like while I'm initiating the exercise. Let's try that. Something like that. Let's see. You're actually good at this? Gee, I would hope so. I mean, even when I wasn't, doing deadlifts, for a big chunk of last year and earlier this year, I still hip hinge regularly, It's really about understanding, like, what is the mechanic involved with the exercise rather than just what muscles are worked. That helps you better understand how it also relates to other types of exercises and what exactly is going on with them. Hey, Nini, how you doing? Good to see you. We did our first set of deficit Romanian deadlifts. We're doing 4 sets of 10 with them. And I just warmed up with regular deadlifts. And we'll do the same thing for the back off set. You're heading to a funeral? My condolences to whom it may apply. We're doing all right. We're just doing our thing at the gym, and then afterwards we're going to work. I'm not streaming after the gym this afternoon because that's going to mess up my notifications. Because what wound up happening last time I did that is people did get notified right away when I streamed immediately after the gym. But then 4 or 5 hours later, no one got notification for the third stream. It's kind of weird. I don't know if anyone else has that problem, but YouTube's doing that to me, so whatever. Plus, I'm gonna reevaluate some stuff once I hit the 4K watch hours, 1K subs. So I don't know. Kind of feel like my channel's hitting a bit of a wall lately. But I do appreciate everyone that's been popping in so far. You guys are heckin' dope. You haven't been to the gym about 2 weeks. Need to get back in. Well, I mean, if it helps inspire you to get back and stay at the gym by watching me, then hey, job well done, right? I'm going to be rolling out these streams again for this upcoming week, but it'll be a different time. It'll be 12 p.m. Eastern as opposed to 10 a.m. Eastern. And I'm retitling them Gains and Brains. That way, it's not just watching someone lift, Like, if anyone's been popping into the streams throughout the week so far, you know that I'm willing to answer questions and explain stuff, That's sort of where the brains part comes in, right? Because, I mean, what kind of value are you getting if you're just watching someone perform an exercise? They don't interact with the chat. They don't answer questions. They don't explain anything. There's no real value out of that, in my opinion. Now, some people might just only care about watching the stuff, and that's fine too. But if I want what I do to be more than that, that's my choice too, Do you facelift? No. I don't have formal plans of doing that. I don't think I need it. But that's just me. I digress. All right. Gonna rest about another minute or so. Then we'll get back into our second set. So, as you might figure, the name of the game is really just continuing to get myself back in the swing of everything. And just kind of fast track it. Now, thankfully, I haven't been inactive, even when I wasn't at the gym, right? So I just sort of fit right back into this fit right back into things. Yeah, you're allowed to count that. That's fine. Again, I give myself a range, right? I don't give myself an exact rest time. I give myself a range. I don't use collagen boosters. Again, not something I need, but to each their own. All right, I think that was a pretty good looking angle, so I'll do that again. Same thing. Oh, let's go, Ellie. Hey, Ellie, how you doing? That's very sweet of you. I appreciate that. Baby legs. Yeah, baby legs didn't get voted in, unfortunately. I put out a second poll. You might have seen it. Maybe you did. Maybe you didn't. I don't know. But we had a second members only poll where we tried to vote in baby legs again, and it came in second with about 27% of votes. But hey, if we're able to get a 21st emoji in the future, maybe we could try to vote it in again. But we need 50 more memberships to do that, because YouTube doesn't want me to have good things. That's all good. Let's get going. So I know people usually, they have a very wide foot stance. I'm the opposite. I use a very narrow stance. No wider than my hips. Actually, I go in slightly more. I feel a little more inner hamstring drive from glutes when I have a more narrow width. Right, because you should turn your feet and knees slightly outward when you deadlift. That's what allows you to get that maximal flexion extension of the hip. And remember too, the hip joint is not a fixed pad. The hip joint has a lot of that mobility curve, like the shoulders do, right? It's a very mobile joint. So there's nothing inherently wrong with creating torque on your hip joint. Well, it was a little longer, Ulf, because I was responding to Ellie's donation. I didn't actually need that added rest time, but it's all good. Yeah, appreciate the dono, Ellie. You were heckin' dope. Yeah, remember too, I have a timer. I'm following along with that. So I do know. I pay attention, right? That's so me saying that I follow a range roughly, right? That doesn't mean I'm not paying attention to the timer. And you figure if you write something down, I don't see, because I write stuff down in my spare time. I don't write it down now. Doesn't matter. Right, like what you don't see doesn't necessarily mean that's all to know. I write everything in my spare time or off camera. I didn't answer a second question. Don't pester me about questions, please. You know that's a pet peeve. Mike, will you get a baby leg tattoo when you get 20,000 subs? Probably not, but that's a cute idea. Well, you got to remember too. I'm keeping track with live stream. You know, the live stream is another form of documented evidence, but I also don't have a problem counting my sets and reps. I mean, I made the mistake that one time, but whatever. Mistake's a mistake. But yeah, we're halfway done with our working sets. Just a little more. I mean, that's fine if you journal everything. You know, if you have to write everything down, that's fine too. I mean, if you feel you need to do that, then that's a good thing to do. I personally don't, but that's just me. So a little longer. Got to stretch a tiny bit more. Oh, great. Hey, what's going on, Candy? How you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for hitting that lick button. We're just banging out our sets of deficit Romanian deadlifts. Then we're going to move on to a couple laps of walking lunges. Hope you're having a good day so far. How am I doing? I'm okay. I've been better, been worse. But I'm doing all right. How's your day going? You think I could do RDL in the future? Strap bar deadlift better for my anatomy. I think it's just better. So a trap bar, it's not really your anatomy, it's your injury. Right? It's your injury. That's why I prefer you to do that. Let's see. Candy says it's okay so far. Have to do some errands around here. Nothing crazy. Fair enough. Ellie says, gonna go. Happy workout. Thanks for popping in, Ellie. And thanks for the dono. Appreciate you. You are heckin' dope. Yeah, it looks like bench press is winning the majority vote so far. I'm not too surprised. It's a pretty awesome exercise. I'd say deadlifts are the hardest of the three. One's the hardest, one's the best, or not best, but one's the favorite, one's the hardest, one's the most important. If I were to pick which one's the most important, honestly, in my opinion, it's probably squats. Because hips and shoulders are usually the most common areas for injury for lifters, more specifically. So improving your hips makes you less prone to injury. So when I voted, I was thinking about, yeah, that's fine. I just put a blanket term. It could be any bench press, any squat, any deadlift, doesn't matter. I gotta use the bathroom real quick, so I'll be right out. Appreciate you guys stopping in so far. Let's see, that's a big boy tire. Oh yeah, Candy, didn't you get a flat the other day? You need a tire? There you go. There's your tire. I'll have to charge $69 to install it though. Because you didn't say barbell bench. Yeah, exactly. Safety, squat bar, bench. I mean, you could do that, I guess. It's a little silly, but you could bench press with an SSB, I guess. Then again, you can bench press with a boulder, I suppose, right? So I digress. All right, let's get our last set done, and then move on to the fun stuff. Yeah. I don't know. I think I like walking lunges, man. They're pretty badass. I arguably like them more than squats. Actually, no, I do like them more than squats. That's coming from me, someone that did a 405 acid stretch barbell back squat. So.
Well, you qualified. Let's make one that matter. Ooh.
Every time you touch, I get this feeling. Every time I kiss, make you feel. God, I hate this song. I love the song, but I hate it too. I hate it, but I love it. Oh man, brutal. Oh, we're done. Now I'm just going to do a back off set of regular deadlifts. We'll move on to the walking lunges. Okay. All right. Need you by my side. Do. Yeah, I'll think about a deadlift mesocycle sometime down the line, maybe. I haven't done a straight-on deadlift mesocycle in quite a while, actually. The last time I did one was back in 2021. Yeah, wow. That's not the last time I did deadlifts, by the way. I'm just saying that's the last time I've done a dedicated cycle to deadlifting, where the main goal was the most poundage and highest 1 rep max. And I did pretty solid. It was 175 kgs for a double. That was my PR during that time. And I was at 81 kgs weight. Yeah. I weighed about 81 kilograms, or a little under 180 pounds at that time. So that's definitely over double body weight. Well over double, actually. That's my personal record as far as a body weight deadlift. Because factor in it was a double, right? So that would actually make the PR even higher if if it was just one rep, at least theoretically anyway. But my highest all-time deadlift was 184 kilograms for a triple. I was a little bigger, of course. I was about, what was I? I think it was around 93 kilograms, I think. Yeah, it was about 93 kilograms. So that would have been roughly double body weight. Hey, Stiffy, how you doing? Good to see you. Do I like street dancing? Didn't you ask me that last time? I don't remember. But I'm going to say I haven't done it, so I don't know. Yes, no, maybe, kind of, sort of, somewhat. That's my answer for you. All right, I'll do my back offset real quick. Then we're going to move on to the walking lunges. Just regular deadlift. Nothing too crazy. Because we already did our 4 sets of 10. I know that's brutal volume, isn't it? 4 sets of 10. Deficit remaining deadlifts. Oof. Goes to show sometimes I like to torture myself. And I do that by doing this. If you're gonna, maybe I'll do like tutorial bits while I work out too. If you guys want to see any of that, but we'll see what the almighty algorithm has to say about it. I feel like I've been at their mercy for a while now. Style of dancing. I have no clue. When it comes to dancing, I don't know jack diddly squat. Do I feel the mercy in your knees? No. I don't. In fact, actually, my right knee has been doing really good the past couple weeks. And I know why too, right? It needed some resistance to get stronger and remove that little pocket that was inside of it. It needed that because of that injury back in December, you know? Because during that time, I was still able to maintain a lot of my muscle mass still, right? But my knees just got very weak, especially the right one at that time. So even though it mostly recovered, it was still weak and it would ache at times, but it's pretty much gone. So that's great. Told you, man. Resistance training has healing powers, I'm telling you. It's got freaking healing powers. Yeah, me too. I mean, thankfully it wasn't like a life-altering thing, you know? It could have been a lot worse than it wound up being. Honestly, the fact that I fell 15 feet in front of my bike and recovered quite easily, that was kind of a miracle. If it was someone else, or if I was like double my age, probably would have been in the hospital. I would say, oh, if only you guys were there, but actually, no, probably not. No. Well, we'll see. Hey, what's up, Monster Mike? Good to see you. We got done with deficit Romanian deadlifts. I like to torture myself sometimes, and that's one of the exercises I do it with. Oh yeah, it was bad, Candy. It was bad. It took me about 3 weeks to walk unassisted, but the fact I was even able to walk at all, ride my bike, and work, that's the thing. This was around early December. So I was out working, right? I was out working. It was raining out. I didn't plan for that to happen. It just happened. It was at nighttime. I was delivering a couple shipped orders. And I was turning down a dark street. There was no lights, so it was pitch black, even with my light on. And I hit a pothole, and I hit my front brake really hard. So I lost my balance, and I fell about 15 feet in front of the bike. Because the street is about 20 feet wide, and I was almost at the end of it from one side to the other. And it was a diagonal pattern, so it might have actually been further than that. It might have actually been further than 15. But I was on the ground for about a minute, because what happened, I landed on my right heel, so it shot all of that friction right to the knee. And I fell on my left leg. So I landed on my right knee, fell on my left leg. And thankfully, the left leg, it was a muscular pain. Nothing was torn. But it was a pretty bad strain, especially around like the hamstring and the hip. It was a pretty bad strain, but nothing tore. So I just had to rehab myself during that time. And that was just fine. But it got really, really weak. So that was the side that I had to assist myself with, even though the lingering pain was in the knee afterwards. But the lingering pain in the knee stopped after a few days, thank God. And that's when I got the confidence to get on the bike again. Because, I still had to make money somehow, and I was definitely struggling financially more at that time than I am now. Now it's just slow, but I'm fine. You know what I mean? Okay. Well, I got my dumbbells, so what we're going to do now, starting here, all the way to the end of the purple, we're going to do a couple laps of walking lunges. So that's my primary quadricep and hip exercise for the day. So we did our primary hip and hamstring exercise, but now we're doing our primary hip and quad exercise. And if you guys have ever done walking lunges, you know what's coming. They're brutal, and I love them. I love walking lunges. I actually prefer them more. I prefer them over squats. Although I do both. Right, because I want to continue building overall strength and muscle in my knees. But the walking lunges are better for the mobility and aspect. Because you get more range of motion, right? You're moving one hip and knee at a time, while the other one is stabilizing your torso. All right, let's get it. I also lead with my right leg, because that's where I had the knee problem. It was with my right one. So I lead with that one. Oh, damn. Oh, okay. I already have straps off. And honestly, grip has never been my limiting factor. If grip is your limiting factor, you need to grip more. And more specifically, you need to grip more with the exercises you have a limiting factor with. That's why I suggested to you the other day, you gotta actually grip and do sets with gripping, not just use the grip assist. Because if you ever decided to do powerlifting, you can't use grips in competition unless you're using unequipped federations and competitions. Use a gripper. You like those rubber things you put on the weight, like those things? I've seen those at other gyms before. They're neat. But yeah, grip's never been my problem. And if grip is ever, for some reason, lacking with, say, deadlifts, I use a mixed grip. It does the same thing. You could also use chalk if your gym allows it. Grip strength, gripper. Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. I use that too. I have one of those in my room. I'll usually I'll just use that thing whenever I'm sitting at the computer. But I gotta be careful how much because of that ulnar nerve in my elbow. So I can't go overboard with it. But I just do mixed grip if for some reason my grip is lacking. But I also hang around a weight long enough until the grip catches up. I mean, that's worked for me this long, so. Stretchy bands? Oh, those resistance bands, right? They're neat. They are neat, but they do have some issues. So the main problem with them is you don't get a proper stretch reflex with those at the bottom of an exercise. At the bottom, when the band is not stretched, there's no tension on the muscle. So the only time that you get maximal tension on the muscle from bands is when the band is elongated, which in other words is the contracted position of the muscle. So let's say that you wrap a band around you and you want to use it to do like chest press, right? The only true tension you're getting is when you're trying to push at the top, which stretches the band, because that's just the physics of the band. But at the bottom, you're not getting a stretch reflex. So given how important the stretch reflex is with exercise, that's the biggest thing that holds resistance bands back. If you need something similar to a resistance band, I'd say just do a cable. Because a cable acts similarly, except you're getting much greater tension throughout the range of motion, not just at the top. And the stretch position is more important, or otherwise known as the lengthened position of the muscle. You'll get stronger and better with cables, weights, machines. It's harder to, it's harder to, the entry point is much higher with resistance bands. And they're not very accurate weight-wise either. Like, they might say 10 pounds of resistance, but over time, you lose that resistance through wear and tear with the band, right? The band gradually loosens its fibers, and at some point, it's going to snap and break. It loses that tension over time, so let's say you buy it out of the box 10 pounds, it might only be like 6-7 pounds of resistance after a while. So you're actually experiencing diminishing returns with the amount of resistance from the band, which is ironic because it's called resistance band, right? You would think that a namesake resistance band would give you more bang for your buck with that, but it really doesn't. Now, I don't think they're completely useless, though. Keep that in mind. As far as the contracted position, it is pretty solid, right? If you wanted to do shortened partials, for example, that could be fine. But shortened partials are pretty gimmicky. They're basically the opposite of lengthened partials, where with a lengthened partial, it's usually when the muscle's in a lengthened position, hence the namesake, right? But you only go a partial range of motion to stay within that lengthened position. While with shortened partials, it's the opposite. It's staying in that shortened position. That can help with a pump, but a pump is not always the best indicator of muscular gain, you know? You have cables that hook on the stepper, have issues getting used to them. Yeah, in the long run, those cables are going to be better for you rather than the resistance bands. It's really just the fact there's no tension on the lengthened position of the muscle with resistance bands. That's really the main problem with them. Yeah. All right. We're going to do one more round of walking lunges, and then we're going to move on to the next stuff. Might get weights when doing the stepper. You know what's actually a pretty neat idea too? A weight vest. A weight vest is pretty underrated. Because you figure with a weight vest, what you're doing is you're basically forcing yourself to gradually increase your output and work capacity while purposely gaining weight, you know? But you are modifying and controlling it compared to just gaining weight, if you know that, if you know what I'm saying, you know? That can be a pretty solid way of doing things. Like when I'm on my bike and I got like a 50, 60 pound loaded bag on my back. That's kind of similar, you know? It's pretty similar in that sense. I'm basically bike riding as if I was, you know, a lot bigger while still seeing how I can improve my work capacity and power output. It's pretty good in that sense. Another way you can do is farmer's carries. So just carry a weight while you're moving. That's a really good way of developing upper body isometric strength and improving your grip training. Like what I'm doing with walking lunges, for example, is I'm lunging, but since I'm gripping the weight, I'm also doing a modified farmer's carry or farmer's walk. So I'm getting the benefits of the lower body strength and mobility and muscle gains from it, while also improving my grip strength and upper body isometric strength. Isometric means you're maintaining a contracted position. That's isometric. All right, one more round. Well, two more actually. It's one more round, 2 laps. Wrist weights are fine too, although I would say, if anything, just hold the wrist weights. But you know, like, it's one thing to grip stuff, it's another thing to grip and carry the load. That's a real testament to grip strength, is being able to carry stuff. And think about the real world application that has too, you know? All the times that you gotta hold things and carry them. So it's got farmers carries and really anything that requires you to grip and move around has really good carryover to, well, pun intended, carrying. But I digress. All right, let's go. Oh, okay. Ooh, was it brutal? Want to try more forearm work in the future. You know, really here's the thing too. Probably the best passive way that you can improve your grip strength is purposely carry your weights around. You know, like if you're moving like plates and dumbbells around, purposely grip them and carry them around. That's really a good passive way to help improve your grip. You carry your girlfriend around. Oh, that's one way to do it. I mean, if you can somehow do it, like maybe wrap some towels around her and just grip the edges of the towel, kind of like handles, I guess, and carry around like that. That's not just a farmer's carry, that's like a cowboy carry. A little cheeky, but I digress. I'm not, no, it's just a funny idea. All right, Candy says I have grip issues, drop everything, do some health issues, vary some day to day. Yeah, I'm sure an osteo. I'm sure an osteo can help you with that, or a physiotherapist. They could probably help you with that. But yeah, definitely. We just got to get better at being able to grip things, hold things, carry things. So if you can purposely do that with stuff in your day-to-day life, that's a passive way to help with that. And take note of it too, right? If you find yourself doing a lot of the same stuff with gripping and carrying stuff around, take notes about how it feels and how well you were able to initiate the grip and carry with that stuff. See if you notice any kind of pattern, like if it's up and down, if it's trending upward, trending downward. Just taking little notes of that day-to-day life stuff. See if that makes a difference. Some days my grip is better than others. The other day I was dropping everything. Have lost feeling in my hands and fingers. Ooh, that's rough. You do donut curls. Hey, that's a great exercise. Nut curls. Oh, God. Trying to get better with it because I can't have it get any worse at this point. Yeah, that's understandable. I mean, Father Time comes knocking at your door eventually. And when he does, he's going to start atrophying your muscles. He's going to make your bones more brittle. He's going to make it more difficult for you to digest nutrients the way that you used to. But if you're doing your best to maintain what you got and keep up with it the best you got, it'll at least make it more agreeable with Father Time, I guess. You know? Like in my case, I want to see how much better I can get for as long as I can. And I'll know when I stop making any real progress with things. And at that stage, it's like, all right, well, I've built a lot. How long can I maintain it? How long can I keep it before I have to give it all up, you know? It sounds kind of dark. I didn't mean that. But I think you guys get what I'm saying. Resistance training at least twice a week. Important for bone health, muscle loss. You know what it is too? There's associative protection from even stuff like type 2 diabetes, heart disease, coronary heart disease, arthritis, even Alzheimer's. Improved sleep, improved cognitive function. I mean, methodically moderated exercise is just wonderful, wonderful stuff. Let's just say. Let me just put these away real quick. All right. Said I was bigger, made some good comments about my quads, my mobilities day and night. Hey, that's great, man. Yeah, you got a pretty big set of quads there, buddy. It's good stuff. Wonder if he's using that calf machine or not. Resistance training, important. Someone doesn't do it like me, Mike does, do full body twice a week. Not locked in days either, just, yeah. Hey, Melissa, how you doing? Good to see you. We were doing deficit Romanian deadlifts and walking lunges. But not the one where you put the bar on your back. The one where you grip the weight to your sides. Because I like that one more. Just because you're getting a little more grip training, you know. But pretty solid stuff. Now we're going to move on to some lighter things. So gonna hit calves, and I'll do the inner outer hip. Yeah, I think I should probably move this machine a little bit. Yep, probably should do that. There we go. That's better. I was just moving the kick machine. But yeah, for anyone who's just popping in, I'm going to be moving the workout streams to 12 p.m. Eastern instead of 10 a.m. Eastern. Because half time I notice as I'm wrapping up a stream, that's when people start coming in. It's like, well, if I move it a little later, that'll help. Plus, I got to work the morning hours a bit more again. The evenings have been brutal this week. I barely made any money this week at all. So, gotta finish strong this month, you know. Doing good, getting ready to head out, start the day. Nice. Candy says, thanks for all the tips. Working out later after I finish my errands. Hey, nice work. But glad we can help you, Candy. Or anyone else that just feels like popping in. Wonder if it's because the kids are now out of school. I don't know. That could be it, I guess. That could be it. Yeah. I don't know. Try not to focus too much on the numbers this week, because it's just kind of been like this for the channel. It's like this is happening as we're getting closer and closer to monetization, but hey, we just keep going, right? We just keep going. Plus, I appreciate everyone that's been popping in so far. Always. I never don't, if that makes any sense. I never don't. All right. So, yeah, we did 4 sets of 10 with deficit remaining deadlifts. And then we did a warm-up set, back-off set with regular deadlifts of 12 reps each. And then we did 4 medium stride laps of the walking lunges across the whole purple area. So the start of the purple mat there to the opposite end of the purple mat that way. That's how big the overall distance was for that. And we did 4 laps. Let me get some more weight. Be right back. All right. We'll definitely get a good physio. Yeah. For anyone that needs it, anyway. My stupid counter on my stepper is broken. I don't know how it happened, but I use the fitness app on my phone to see the number of steps. Yeah, that's fair. Because you figure over time, you could progress with the total amount of steps you do within a certain time frame. It could be extended time frame where you're spending more time, or it could be the same time frame where you're improving your work capacity. You know, stuff like that. Okay, here we go. Let's get those calf raises in, baby. See right about there. Yeah, but you got to get your ankles to dorsiflex at the bottom to get a full stretch on the calf. Otherwise, you're not getting in that lengthy position as you should. And don't rush the reps either. Doing 3 sets of 12. I added about 4.5 kgs to the machine. Because the machine's lopsided. Yeah, it keeps tilting over. I'm gonna put a weight on it. That'll help. All right. YouTube's so laggy with the comments. Ulf's comments are showing up on my YouTube's been really, really freaking laggy lately. They keep taking likes away. They take watch hours away sometimes. They reduce the amount of views. Sometimes you'll see a comment pop up and then just immediately disappears. They'll say there's like 0 people watching, but there's like 3-4 people commenting, which doesn't make any sense. I don't know, man. It's weird. But I try not to focus on that too much, not take it to heart. You know, a number's a number, right? That's really what it is. A number's a number. Because I know people try to pop in when they can, or if they're interested or not. That's fine too. You figure as we're gradually expanding this channel, it's different types of content for whoever's just interested in the content, without any like hard pivot from things that you guys are familiar with. Like, I think you guys have come to know that I'm pretty cool about answering questions. And I know like fitness, nutrition stuff has been brought up a lot over the coming months, right? Over the months it's been brought up a lot. So it kind of felt like a natural progression to take you guys to the gym with me and show you by example. You know, so I wouldn't consider that a hard pivot from the channel. If I tried doing something out of random that you guys that would not expect, it would be very jarring. It'd be like, why is Mike suddenly doing this? You know? So it would have to make sense if I rolled out something, you know? It would have to make sense based on what you guys are already familiar with. But I know some people are into the fitness stuff more than others. Some people are more into the gig work than others, or something else. I don't know. And that's cool, you know? If it's a little something for everyone, then I think that's a victory in of itself. I was actually doing that sort of thing with my other channel. It's just with my other channel, it was complicated. Let's just say it was complicated. YouTube comment sections are a hassle. You have to write the same stuff so many times, removes it so many times. One dude was going to send me guitar tabs, but couldn't communicate because YouTube. Yeah, that's true. And I don't know, sometimes they'll delete stuff based on keywords, and you know, sometimes it's hard to figure out what exactly was the key word, or what was the assertion to the word said. You know, it can be kind of random. You know, it can definitely be somewhat random at times. So then you don't really know how to correct the mistake. You have to play detective and be like, you know, what exactly was the keyword? And was it the keyword itself, or was it how I used the keyword? You know? Like, sometimes I wish YouTube laid that stuff out more clearly. You know, whether you're leaving a comment or you're making content or something, but whatever. But it is what it is. And I'm also just starting to feel a little burned out, just a little bit though. So I figure we get to this goal as quickly as possible, and just kind of take a step back, reevaluate, see how I want to keep moving forward. But not in a way where it's like, oh, Mike's going to start taking months off. Mike's going to abandon his channel and never come back. I can assure you nothing like that whatsoever. You'd be my best man, Mike. Thanks, Wolf. Phone's kind of blowing up. Let's see what that's all about. I heard those notifications go off. All right, we're going to move on to set number 2. And we're going to do, if the Smith machine's still open, we'll do the standing calf races as well. If not, I'll use the sled on the leg press. Either one gets the job done. Just a slightly different mechanic. You do what you need to do for yourself. Everyone will still be here. I appreciate that, Candy. And you know what it might be too? I think, like, I don't want to see people drop off. I definitely, like, I have long-term goals with this community. It's not just like, oh, let's help Mike get monetized and then move on. It's like, no, it's like I don't want to ever make it seem like this is the big thing to be invested on the channel. Some people might have taken it that way, or maybe that was the only real imperative they had for the channel, and that's fine too. It's your choice at the end of the day if you want to stick around or if you just want it to help you get to a goal and then move on to the next channel. But I do appreciate people sticking around because I got big plans for this channel, man, and I hope you guys want to stick around to see that stuff come to life. Because it's not even just about the content. It's not even just about like a gradual revealing of passion projects, but just building a really awesome community here too. But we'll see what happens. I mean, I really, I'm still just really happy about the fact that we're even having these kind of discussions at all, too, man. The fact that we're just like so close to full monetization, and the fact that we even had step 1. It's, I'm still thinking about it. It's like, holy crap, man. It really has been a dream come true in that sense. It really has been. All right, let's do it. Yeah, you guys probably noticed I do my calf races very different from what you typically see. So you got to get that full dorsiflexion of the ankle at the bottom. That's what stretches the calf. If you're not putting your calves in the lengthened position, you're cutting out some of your gains. Actually, a lot of your gains. Plus, I don't rush the weights either, or I don't rush the reps either, Oh, man. Ankles are burning. Man. Oh, they're on fire. I suppose the soleus runs right along here, right? Attaches down to here. Okay. What we got here? you also need to be proud of yourself. You did it organically and didn't cheat. Yeah, definitely. No cheating for me, man. Right? Because I've seen people get demonetized for extremely suspicious growth of their channel. Like their channel just grew extremely quickly, and then suddenly they're not monetized anymore. And then I think, wonder how that happened. I mean, obviously that's not hard evidence, but likelihood of truth is a thing too, right? And I don't want to see. Not only do I not want to see myself fall for that same mistake, but I don't want other people to fall for it either. Now, some channels, they just pop off, right? They just pop off, and it's like, dude, that is amazing, right? Like the Real Dean, for example, he's killing it, man. You know, I'm seeing just how well his streams are doing. It's like, damn, man, that's awesome. You know, I'm very happy for him because he's gonna, you know, as long as he continues following YouTube policy, he doesn't do anything suspicious or anything like that, he'll get monetized in no time. And I love seeing that, man, because these are people I'm also invested with and, you know, on good terms with. I want to see people succeed and, you know, kind of like be a part of that and be like, wow, you know, I've seen all these channels, they're popping off, they're doing amazing. And I kind of feel like I'm a part of that too, you know? It's cool, man. It really is. Let's see. Melissa says, heading out. All right, take care, Melissa. Thanks for popping in. And you're going to keep the live stream going? Cool, thanks. Appreciate that. Oh, yeah, that AJ guy. Yeah. I'm not convincible. I go where I want to go. I stay where I want to stay. Hey, I respect that too. You know, I definitely respect that too. Right, like, you know, I want people to want to be here. Never felt like they got a gun at their head, like, oh, you must be here, you must be in every stream, you must watch every video, every second, every millisecond, or otherwise you're a bunch of fake-ass bitches and whatnot. No. It's like, I would assume that a lot of people that are here and have been here want to be here, you know? And that's awesome, man. I want people to want to be here. But I'm not going to make people do something that they don't want to do, they're not interested in. And I don't take it personal either, you know? I don't take it personal. It's like, all right, well, while I would love for you to want to be here, I also respect your wishes. And if you didn't want to be here for any reason, that's perfectly within your right. And, you know, I respect your decision. If someone felt that way. I'm not saying anyone does. I'm just saying if anyone did, you know? People get impatient with their growth. I understand that can be discouraging at times. But then they complain when no one's active on their channel. Yeah, I've seen that too, and I've done my best to, at the very least, not dwell on that or linger on that. I mean, I've had my moments sometimes up to this point, but I do my best to not linger on it and take it personal or anything. You know, because I know that this channel's done quite well overall, and this is definitely my most successful attempt at monetization that I've ever done, and it's the first one where it's actually happening. And it's like, and people want to be a part of that, and they care, and they're invested. And it's like, damn, dude, that's awesome. You know. I mean, I know Ulf could vouch for that. He's my longest time supporter, right? He's my longest time supporter. He's been with me since my other channel. And even when that channel didn't work out in the long run, he followed me here. And he's still here. And that's awesome. And we actually got several other people from my other channel, the same thing, you know? You're also doing this within a year, actually under a year. Oh, yeah. Once we hit that full monetization, it'll be only a little over 7 months, which I honestly didn't think that was ever going to happen for me. And then it is, and it's like, holy crap. It's like, holy crap, man, you know? It's like, wow. That's something else, man. It really is. It really is, man. And, you know, my thing too. It's like it's not even just getting the monetization. I definitely have long-term plans for this channel, and that's where the real growth is going to begin, right? That's where the real growth, that's where the real expansion begins. Everything up to this point has been us getting into it, right? That first major step, and I think that's where a lot of people get tripped up, is they get to the monetization and then nothing else comes from it. And it's like that isn't really how I see a channel, right? Everything that leads up to monetization has been the process of that first major step in an otherwise long-term objective and goal, you know? At least that's how I've seen it. Because you figure it's hard to establish a long-term community within just the monetization stage. I mean, you do a lot of work and your audience is obviously going to be here and pop in and stay invested throughout that time. But the real test is from this point forward, you know? And that's where I really want to see things continue to happen too. Is the long term, you know? Build something of a legacy, I guess, with this channel, you know? Because as I've gotten older, I've learned to start I've learned to start appreciating my accomplishments and my gifts and my capabilities and stop being so damn hard on myself about everything. And to let people in and want to be a part of that, you know? I mean, hell, the other day, it's kind of brought a tear to my eye, but the other day when I was visiting my mom and brother, on the way out, he told me he was really proud of me and wants people to be like me. And I was like, dude, it's like, dude, that's too kind, you know? I don't know. It just hit me differently when he said that. Excuse me. Oh, God. I shouldn't be sappy during my session. Let me get my last set and we'll move on. And take care, all. Thanks for stopping in the live stream today, buddy. Appreciate you. All right, last set. Playing Uptown Funk. Yeah, it sounds kind of better. Oh, shit. Whoops. Yeah, it slipped right off the knees. Whoops, Daisy. Get off the knees, please. I'd be sobbed to hear that. Sometimes the littlest thing actually means the most. No, you're absolutely right about that, man. No doubt about it. But you know, it was extra touching, you know, because like that's family too, you know. Like it means a lot when the people that are like closest to me in my life say that kind of stuff, and you know, the people that really just want to support me and you know be a part of that and whatnot, you know, it really means a lot to hear it. Hey Joe, how you doing, buddy? We did 6 total sets of Romanian. Well, I did 4 working sets of deficit Romanian deadlifts earlier, and I did a warm-up set, back-off set of just regular deadlifts, and we did 4 laps across the whole purple mat. So starting there, ending there, and back. We did 4 total laps of that with walking lunges. You know, gripping the weight on the sides. We did 4 total laps of that. Then we did some calf raises. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to do my hyperextensions. I meant to do those first before calf raises, but whatever. We still got time, so I'm gonna do that and give my calves a little rest. We'll move on to the hip machine. You know the good girl bad girl machine. Some people would call it the good girl bad girl machine. All right, let me just grab some dumbbells real quick because instead of using plates, I use dumbbells. I think the whole using plates is kind of silly, but I digress. Let's see. Is this where I want it to be at? Yeah, perfect. Okay. Make sure that's in a good position. So I figure when I'm doing my leg day and lower body day, some key differences there, right? But my lower body day, it's mainly the hips that I work on, and the leg day, it's mostly the knee joints. So you know, like the squats and stuff. So just a little bit of difference there, but otherwise, you know, just working the lower body on the whole both days. Get that twice a week stimulus of that, you know. But not super crazy volume because I'm already lower body dominant as it is. Even when I would go extended periods of time without like a regular regimen to adhere by with weights and stuff, I would still be lower body dominant anyway. So, but anyway, we're gonna do 4 sets of 10 with hyperextensions. So, what if you're going to use dumbbells or plates? One thing I recommend is to hold the dumbbells in a elbow flex position, so you're going to get more range of motion at the hips at the bottom. If you just keep your arms straight out, then you're not going to get that full range of motion with the hip because, well, you're taking all the tension off by putting the weights back down on the ground. So I'll actually hold it in like a partial curl position. And I'll show you how. And main thing to focus on too, you got to drive with your heels. So not the ball of your foot. The ball of your foot is supporting your heel, but you got to actually drive with the heel. Okay. Good stuff. See, another thing I like about hyperextensions, it's a really good way to get hip hinging without the axial loading component of standing upright. So axial loading is top to bottom loading within the forces of gravity, otherwise known as the sagittal plane. The sagittal plane follows the force of gravity, which is directly down. So like when you're standing up and you're doing like overhead press, or you're deadlifting, or barbell rowing, or you're squatting, top to bottom, aligned with the forces of gravity, that's axial loading. Now, axial loading is great because you're going to build greater density and resilience with your bones, mainly your skeleton, especially the spine, right? But it has to be moderated ideally. Otherwise, you're just going to compress the hell out of your spine long term, right? So when you do hyperextensions on a hyperextension machine, you're removing that axial loading component because you are slanting your hip against the forces of gravity. So instead of the hip joint being directly placed upon and your spine being directly compressed by gravity, when you're on a diagonal or even horizontal plane with hyperextensions, then you're not placing the hip joint directly under gravitational force like that. Well, not the hip joint, but you're not placing your spine under gravitational force. Actually, you're getting a decompressing quality from the hip joint by using a hyperextension machine, whether it's the diagonal one or the horizontal one. So if you need to decompress the spine and still be able to work your hips, hyperextensions are awesome. Reverse hyperextensions, they do the same thing. Now, the whole axial loading thing also doesn't apply to pull-ups. And you might think, how's that possible? Because it's top to bottom, right? But the thing with pull-ups is that you are suspended, right? You are hanging from a suspended position. Same thing with dips. When you're doing dips, you are holding yourself in a suspended position. So you're actually going to get spinal decompression even though you're in the sagittal plane with pull-ups and dips. Push-ups as well, same thing. Although push-ups a little different because you're laying horizontally, but you get the idea. Maybe I'll go a little more into that on another stream, but we'll see. Anyway, since I renamed this series Gains and Brains for the upcoming week, you can expect a nice combination of the two. You can definitely learn a lot from me for sure. I might not have like the world's best physique or anything, but I definitely know a lot. And more specifically, like biomechanics, how muscles function, and how you can get those functions of the muscles and joints they're attached to based on your exercise selection, stuff like that. But hope you're doing well, says Sabine. Happy Saturday to everyone. Yeah, hope you're having a super duper Saturday today, Sabine. Thanks for popping in and hitting that lick button, the one that's shaped like a thumb. Let's see if we get it up to 20 before we go. I got 3 more sets of hyperextensions, and then I'll just call it a day after that because stream's been going on a little bit. I've been kind of dragging a little bit, but we're doing what we got to do, so that's the important part. Okay, 3 more sets, and then I'm just going to wrap up. So I did 10 sets of calves this week anyway. I think we're good. Let's see, you're having a relaxing Saturday? Nice. That's good to hear, Sabine. Let's see. Daft Punk. Yeah. Good stuff. Yeah, so we're up to 19. Nice. Very nice. Just one more. We're at the big old 2-0. I think chest day was probably the one people were most excited about this week. I mean, let's be honest, who's not pumped for chest day, am I right? Like, oh yeah, chest day, brah. Bench press, brah. You know? But I do appreciate everyone that's been tuning into the other streams. You know, like the back days and leg days. You guys are heckin' dope. You know what it is, too? It's like, those are areas that people don't really like to train as much. Because you figure with the back, it's kind of hard to know if you're doing it right because you can't see the muscle contract, right? If you're doing a bicep curl, you know, you can look at the bicep, right? If you're doing a tricep push down or overhead extension, you can just look in the mirror and see the tricep. And the chest, well, forget about it. Same thing, right? But with the hamstrings, it's kind of hard to really look at it. It's just a weird angle, you know? The hamstrings, the lats. Like, you gotta like put yourself in a weird position in the gym just to look at it. And those are more stubborn areas that take more time to actually connect with properly too. But it's more rewarding to do that stuff. Because that's where a lot of your muscle mass on the whole is going to be built, is your hamstrings, your back, your quads to a lesser extent, right? Those are big areas to grow. Very big muscle regions. More strength, more overall muscle added to your frame, higher strength, workload, higher testosterone. Hey, what's up, Josh? How you doing? Worked them legs. Yeah, worked them legs. Faux show. Don't skip leg day. We're finishing up our our second one, where we got 2 more sets of weighted hyperextensions before we wrap up for the day. We did deficit Romanian deadlifts and 4 laps across this whole area with walking lunges. Do I eat plutonium? No, I don't. You do? Interesting. All right. Let's get, there we go. We'll get set number 3 taken care of. So I use dumbbells just because you can hold them more favorably, load them up more easily, get a little more range of motion at the bottom compared to plates. And I don't know, it's kind of weird. It's like everyone that does this, they use plates. It's like, why specifically plates? It's like, just grab some dumbbells and do it that way. You could also load up a barbell. You know what it is? It's like a lot of monkey see, monkey do, but people don't actually really think for themselves too much. So they just mimic and copy whoever they see doing whatever, Like they see everyone use plates with hyperextensions, and then that creates the assumption that, oh, well, if everyone's using plates, I guess you should only use plates. But it's like, why? Use dumbbells. More range of motion, easier to load up. Then again, that means it's harder too. So, I don't know. Anyway, we're going to do set number 3. So, 4 sets, 10 total. Unreal. Da-ba-dee-da-ba-die. Da-ba-dee-da-ba-die. All right, one more set to go. Hey, what's up, Abe? How you doing, buddy? Happy Saturday to you too. Thanks for popping in. We're finishing up our session for the day. We just got one more set of dumbbell weighted hyperextensions, and that's pretty much it. We did deficit Romanian deadlifts. We did 4 laps of walking lunges across this whole purple matted section of the gym. We did 4 laps of those. And we did some calf raises afterwards. I meant to do the calf raises last, but I kind of skipped over that. So now we're just finishing with the hyperextensions instead. I was going to use the hip machine, but my adductors are still really sore, so I'm going to just give them a little break for next week. But sessions kind of went on long enough too, so fair enough. But I hope you're having a super Saturday today, Abe. I didn't skip anyone, right? No, okay. Let's make sure. All right, we're almost done. Get our last set in, and then we're out of here. I just did the one. Calf raise, just because I've been kind of dragging a little bit this session today. But what happened? I meant to do the hyperextensions first, but I kind of skipped over it. I was like, oh wait, that's right. Hyperextensions, then calf raises. I was also going to do the hip machine, but my adductors are still a little achy. I didn't stretch them enough last night. So just going to give myself some leeway today. But I just got one more set to go with these, and then we're out. I mean, I did 10 sets of calves this week anyway, so it's fair enough. I mean, you're not going to lose gains for 10 sets on a muscle. I mean, even for a limited amount of time, you can maintain muscle with just a single set. At least that's what Jeff Difford said. And as far as the hyperextensions, I use dumbbells because I think using plates is very silly. Plus, you're limiting the amount of range of motion you do because the way you hold it. So I hold the dumbbells like I'm holding the midpoint of a hammer curl. That way I'm getting some extra flexion at the bottom of the hips. You gotta drive with your heels. Done. Okay. We just did 4 sets. No, easy bar is fine too, man. I do the same thing with, if I used an easy bar, I would do the same thing where I hold it like a partial curl instead of just holding my arms completely straight. Because the main thing, right, is this machine's pretty low to the ground. So if I had my arms all the way extended, then the weight would be hitting the ground. So then all that tension would be off the muscle. Don't want that to happen, right? We want to keep that resistance curve going. And you do that by not putting the weight back down on the ground. Because you need something to pull down on your hip joint at the bottom. So when I'm bringing the weights up like that, holding it close to my side, I can lower my torso even more. Let's see. Pronated, hold at the bend part. Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, this hyperextension machine, it's too low to the ground. Otherwise, you could just keep you can keep your elbows extended doing it, but I wouldn't get enough range of motion if I did it that way with this machine. But I'll be right back. Gotta wipe this machine down, put the dumbbells away. Because, you know, gym etiquette, right? Hey, what's up, Corey? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. We just got done with our gym session. But yeah, if you want to catch our sessions earlier moving forward, Corey, I'm moving it up to 12 p.m. Eastern on Monday. I've been having them 10 a.m. Eastern, but maybe it's just not the best time for people. I don't know. But I'm doing that mainly so I can work the mornings more. I need to work the mornings, man. The evenings alone have not been cutting it, and the lunch hours have been awful as far as work. They've been really bad. So, hey Slade, how you doing? Yeah, we just got done, Slade. Appreciate you popping in. Let's see. Pronate, hold bend part of the middle, Mr. Nice Guy. Oh, what, as far as like wiping the equipment down? Well, I mean, you're supposed to be doing that anyway, right? When you sign up for a gym, you are agreeing to following whatever gym rules apply to the club, you know, and part of that is always wiping down equipment, putting stuff away. And I mean, for God's sakes, man, they put signs everywhere that tells you to put the weight away, to wipe the machine down, and people still don't follow it anyway. It's like, there's a big sign, like you could put neon lights on it and people will still either not notice or they just won't care. And I think the not caring part's worse, because you do know, but you're not applying what you know. But I digress. I digress indeed. For anyone that might have missed the very, very beginning or towards the very beginning of the stream, I do have a new delivery bag. It is this one. So it's 17 inches wide and it's 16 inches tall. It's 11 inches long this way, but it expands out another 6 inches, and I'll show you. Yeah, this was the delivery bag I was talking about, Candy. Or maybe you missed it, I don't know. But I did show you guys last night a new delivery bag that I got, and this is the one. It is smaller than my other one, but it's a lot lighter, and it only cost 32 bucks. So it's got a zipper around this pouch. This pouch expands out a couple more inches. So like this is the first layer. So that adds about 3 inches right there, all across. So now I can hold 14-inch pizzas like that, right? But it gets even better. There's another whole section that I can also unzip. And now it's a whole 6 inches in total. So now this went from a respectable 11 inches in length from here to here up to 17 inches. So now I can hold 16-inch pizzas because it's also 17 inches wide, right? And this bag, it's got catering handles, and it opens on the side like this. So there you go. This is actually very similar to the old delivery bag I had. I think Ulf might remember it. Ulf, do you remember the bag I had that looked like this one? It did the same thing. That was on my other channel. It looks like Ulf's heading out. Take care, buddy. Thanks for popping in today. Appreciate you being here. You were heckin' dope. It doesn't have cup holders for the inside, but it has them for the outside. And these cup holders are pretty big, quite large actually. So they'll definitely get the job done like that. It opens at the top as well. And it's got a pocket right here in case I want to put anything in there, like maybe a first aid kit, some napkins. And it has a removable shelf right here. So this whole shelf is removable via the Velcro straps. Otherwise, I could keep it on like that and have like a double layer for everything. Like maybe I got like ice cream, I want to put it in this top shelf, and I got pizzas on the bottom. It can help just keep the temperature different, but regulated for both like that, right? So. And the zippers work pretty good. So that's good. And of course, most importantly, wear it like a backpack. And yeah, it was only $32 on Amazon. And it was the same company that I got my old delivery bag from. So not that big one that I have that you guys have seen, but the other one I used to have from my other channel. This is basically like a bigger version of it. Because that one, it was 10 inches long, 15 and a half inches wide, 15 inches tall. But this is up to 17 inches long, 17 inches wide, 16 inches tall. Same material, pretty much all that stuff. The only difference is that that bag had cup holders for the inside, while it also had cup holders for the outside. This one just has the cup holders for the outside. But, I mean, it's got 4 of them, and these cup holders are bigger. So that's arguably better. Plus, I have this in case I need to use it. And I still have the front basket in case I need to use that as well. So either way, I got everything I need. So this only costed about a quarter of that big bag that you guys have seen. That massive 20 by 20 by 20. I mean, that bag is incredible, and I still have it. I'm still going to keep it. But for this bike, I'm going to use this bag, and maybe moving forward, I'll just use this bag more too. You know, it's quite a bit lighter. It's less bulky and cumbersome, but it's still more than big enough to fit pretty much all the orders I need. Like, maybe not like the case packs of water or anything like that, although I could still do that. I could. Doesn't mean I will, just means I could, right? But yeah, this bag is more than big enough to handle whatever tasks and objectives that I needed to do. So there's that. Hey, what's up, Dean? We just got done with our gym session. But yeah, you see what I mean, guys, right? Like, people are popping in at noon now instead of earlier. So I think it'll just be better for me to have my gym streams around noon. So I did make a community post, give you guys, keep you guys updated about the upcoming schedule, where I'm going to be having my gym sessions at noon instead of 10 a.m. And that'll give me the opportunity to work the morning hours. So I get a little work done in the morning, then come to the gym afterwards. I think that'll be a good idea because it's just been a pretty brutally slow week. Oh, let's go, Dean. Let's go. Oh, man. Dean is tapping into the channel membership gifting hustle. Man, appreciate that, dude. Very generous, very kind. Really appreciate that, man. You know, we've got over 250 members of the channel now. That's crazy, dude. That is insane. I mean, I don't know how many of them are going to renew, but still, that's crazy, dude. That is insane. Really appreciate everyone that's been gifting memberships, everyone that's been joining the Cob Squad, and just supporting the channel in general, right? You guys are awesome, dude. Showing support, keep up the hustle. Thanks, dude. Appreciate that. But yeah, I'm going to start my gym streams at noon Eastern time this upcoming week, and I'm renaming them to Gains and Brains because for anyone that's been popping into these streams so far, I'm very knowledgeable, and I like to spread the knowledge around, and I like to answer questions. So I figure you call it something like that, then it's more than just watching a guy lift weights in the gym, or a guy, gal, whoever, right, lifting weights in the gym. And I know some people are perfectly fine with that, but you guys know I like to have a little more than just what is face value with any kind of content I do, whether it's a live stream, a pre-recorded video, or regardless of genre. So I think that'll be like more of a better first, create more of that impression, I guess, more of that first impression. Gains and brains, you know, that kind of gives you a good summary of what to expect. Guy making gains and just talking about fitness stuff, right? At least for anyone that finds that interesting. Because I know there's a lot of gig workers that come here. So it's mostly like gig workers wanting to watch gig work. And that's fine too. I'll still keep doing that. But, you know, when I came up with the name Mike the Bike Dasher, it was never to just be like door dashing kind of dash. Like, dashing can mean anything, right? Like, Mike can dash to the gym. Mike can dash to the store. Mike can dash across town for beautiful scenery or whatever kind of other dash, you know? So that was my mentality with that name. Like, you figure this kind of stream, for example, dashing to the gym, right? Makes sense. Still thematically fitting for the channel and the name. Did anyone come in throwing corn cobs at you? Well, maybe not at me, but I know what you mean. Hey, Shelly, how you doing? Good to see you. So proud of you. Thanks, Shelly. Appreciate that. Inspiration. Well, I'm glad you guys get some kind of value out of being here with me. But yeah, 12 p.m. Eastern on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. I made a community post if you guys need to check that out too. I'll write it in my bio on my channel as well of the new roster for the gym streams. I'm going to be coming here at noon Eastern instead of 10 a.m. Eastern, just so I can work in the morning and then we'll come here. And I think there's just going to be more people to tune in because, like I said, people are now just tuning in, and we just ended our session. So I think that'll be just a better time for more people in general. But that'll just be better financially for me too, so I can just make a few bucks in the morning. But I appreciate everyone popping in. Hey, Electric Scooter Man, good to see you, buddy. Yeah, who got gifted the memberships? Let's see who we got. Toolman 434, CB2X, Jeffrey Button, Krupp, and okay, Caleb got one. Nice, very nice. It's heckin' dope. Good stuff. Okay, but yeah, no major overcast right now, so I'm gonna work a little bit, see if I can maybe pick up an order or two, maybe with DoorDash or something. But overall, we had a decent gym session today. We did deficit Romanian deadlifts. We did weighted walking lunges across the gym and back. We did 4 laps of those, 4 sets of the other, and we did some weighted dumbbell hyperextensions and calf raises. I was going to do a little bit more, but I was kind of dragging earlier. And my inner hips, they need to recover a bit more. So it's all good. Monday, fun day. That'll be chest day. Riding the scooter today this time. Hey, good to hear that, Electric Scooter Man. Hopefully you don't get rained on while you're out there. Definitely stay dry if you can. But I'm going to wrap up the stream right about now. And assuming that the weather is permitting, then I'll be back out later on this evening. Time yet to be determined, but probably around 5 p.m. Eastern, give or take some time. But do appreciate everyone that popped in today. You guys are heckin' dope. And if you guys enjoyed the stream, just hit that like button. It's the one that's shaped like a thumb. And subscribe to the channel if you have yet to do so. And ring that taco bell so you get notified the next time I upload. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of the stream and what you'd like to see next. Consider getting a channel membership with us. It's only 99 cents. Gives you exclusive benefits, including, but not limited to, the corniest emojis on the internet. You can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I'm active on those platforms as well. And if you look for other interesting things and stuff, links in the description box down below. And on that note, I'll catch you guys later on. Love you guys. Appreciate your continued support of my channel. And hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day. And I'll see you then. Take care.